talk a little bit about psychology because it's one of my passions also, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, psychology is a very interesting field, so I'm also very excited. So just having a quick view about what we're going to present today, we're going to talk about psychology applied to user experience. So we want to show you where psychology and design meet to enhance the user experience and how we design can deliver an intuitive product following some UX laws related to psychology and interaction. So I'm going to start here. Um, Again, good morning, everyone that is still coming. Thank you for being here. Hope you will enjoy this presentation as well. Today, we're going to discuss some points within psychology and bring to design applications. And to make this easy to follow, we thought about having a small summary to guide you through. So we're going to talk about psychology of colors, Gestalt, figure ground, size, scale, and alignment, Hicks law and Miller's law, and finally, we are going to analyze the real interface and apply some principles as well. Adding to this, I also have to say that first, this presentation wants you all to have fun. So we will have some light interactions. You're welcome to participate. And two, I talk a lot, but I swear I'm going to make this fun. So starting here, color psychology is a very broad subject and have different meanings considering all societies on Earth. So today we are going to focus on the theme symbolic communication through colors and in a more Western perspective in general. Our perceptions about colors and their sensations and or meanings have a lot to do with our culture, religion, consumptions, and the life background we grow up with. Our experiences give symbolic values to things, and in the same way, the where, how, and when colors are used have the same cognitive effect on us. So we can see colors visually communicate socially embedded conceptions or have some good concept we gave to it. And for an example, how many of you thought that the colors used in the title resemble the Google palette? You can type in the chat, feel free, when I ask some questions during the presentation. But just so you can see that this is a platform that we use constantly, so it's understandable that we share this color as that brand color, the Google palette, and this reaction was expected. So imagine how powerful it is to simply guide our perceptions of something just by looking the way you apply colors on it. So some of you, did you thought about the Google palette? Yes, ladies as well. Yeah. So just to contextualize this, let's take a look at some of those examples. So here we can see some colors used to represent personality traits or some movie characters as well. Let me share here that I have a theory that Disney has a guided palette for villains. So you can notice how the color green and purple usually represent dangerous villains and mysterious characters. Purple is a color really linked with magic, sorcery, and green is also a color of danger, poison, toxicity in movies when represented. Actually, black, green, purple, and red are the colors I notice are most used in villains, and I want you to check it in the next time you see a movie if this goes as well. Colors can also be used like in those Marvel characters and serving the purpose, in this case, of patriotism or to state that this is a hero from or made in a specific nation. Also, red is a color associated with emotionality, high energy, angriness. So that's why it is highly used in characters within those spectrums, like the Angry Bird and on the anger from the Inside Out movie. So after this, I'm a little curious if you do remember a character that entered in one of those three examples. Do you? And if you remember a color pattern associated with a type of character personality, including movies, series, or even games, just say here on the chat because I'm very curious. This one about the red one, I also see a lot. I think there were another one The one here from the other movie that the girl, when she's very emotional, very anxious, she becomes a red panda. So you can see this on this character as well. Yeah, blue sad. Oh my god, a lot of characters have this, right? So on this next slide, there are examples of colors used because of a cultural, religious, or occasional purpose. An example is the traditional white dress during marriages for purity, innocence, and the black clothing during funerals for grief, loss. About the white dress as well, that's again the Western perspective, as we can see that in Indian weddings, red and yellow are commonly used to represent happiness and prosperity as well. In religion, Buddhism has orange, or more accurately saffron, as the color of enlightenment, the highest state of perfection. So this is why it was indicated to be the one used for monks' clothing. And in Umbanda, the white clothing used symbolizes peace, purity, and protection as well. So about those colors within religion, occasion, do you remember other tradition, maybe in Brazil or inside your family, that you also use? Do you also participate? I have to bring here the underwear tradition in New Year. I don't know if it's just in Brazil, but we use a color sometimes that in our underwear that has a meaning of something we want to attract for the next year. So I want you to ask, do you follow it? Have you done it? No cheating. Please type on the chat, because after this, I'm going to see here what traditions do you follow, or you have some contact with some interesting, maybe tradition, occasion, maybe in your family as well, that you follow. So in this other section about emotions, I had to bring the Inside Out movie. It's a combination of characters and emotions. We also can see how they combine with emojis we used in daily life. So of course, there can be other motives to color chosen for the characters, but it made correct sense. So joy is yellow, a color of happiness, fun. Disgust is green, like the nauseated emoji. Sadness is blue, the so popular color in Instagram feeds, as I've heard, but so representative of sad moods as well. Anger is red, as we've seen, to represent the high energy and explosive emotion piece. And fear is purple. Well, my theory. The color, we mentioned it, that is used when related to mystery. And what people feel when they don't understand mysteries, usually fear. People usually fear what they don't understand. So it made correct sense in my mind. Tap here if this makes sense to you as well, if you have maybe another theory here. And now you know why those colors have a great representation within those characters. Also thinking about emoji, I want to know if there is one emoji, maybe more than one, that is associated visually with an emotion, but you don't get the representation, or you don't use usually as people do. Because I asked this because not long ago I found out that the upside down smile face is used when being ironic. And I did not know. And I have to say that it probably sounded ironic when speaking to people, and I didn't know. I'm sorry if I used the upside down smile with you. It was not on purpose. I'm very curious to see the chat later, because those are some things that I've learned, and maybe you saw something here that you also didn't know, like the upside down emoji. So here we are going to talk a little more about the color wheel. The color wheel is a very useful tool in psychology of colors, and is very useful to build more meaningful combinations of colors itself. We're going then to have a quick analysis about some colors. So yellow brings not just happiness, but emphasizes creativity as well. I don't know if you know, but there's a story that Van Gogh, during one of his depressive moments, as he struggled with depression in his life, tried to eat yellow tint as he believed that he would gain the happiness the color symbolized. Red is also the color associated with explosive and out-of-control emotions, as we've seen, and this is a color that attracts lots of attention as well. Purple have meaning as a spiritual color, a calming one. That's why purple, lilac, is greatly used in psychologists' offices. Blue is a very useful color in technological fields as a logical, secure, and trustable color. Some adjectives that we wish to aggregate in tech products and services. And green is a color used for harmony, nature, and some studies also show that benefits when used on human environments as people feel more calmness and relate to feel even healthier. We also brought some brand examples to contextualize some of those adjectives we brought in the color wheel sections, and maybe even on the other ones that do make sense, but more brand applications. So here we can see the McDonald's one. They use yellow, which brings optimism, fun, attracts attention, creativity as well. Those are some attributes that we see inside the experience as well. We also can see the Starbucks brand uses also lots of green, and it's related to a relaxed environment. If you go maybe to relax, maybe to work, it's friendly, have lots of freshness as well. They'll use lots of blue. It comes with precision, intelligence, trust, high loyalty attributes. And iFood also come with the red color, so it triggers appetite, lots of high energy, confidence. And we are going now to see some of those examples of two of those brands in application, physical applications. So here you can see how the iFood palette is being used, how much red, the primary color they have in their brand, is used, and how you can associate it very quickly with the brand itself. And here we have the Dell palette. You can see how much of blue they have, not on the products, the social media as well. It's a color very aggregated in the products and the services as well. So this is the last part of the psychology of colors. As you've seen, there are a lot of things. We saw just a part of it, but yeah, I hope you learn it here, that this is a so much bigger field to study, to learn from, and that have lots of influence in products and services as well. And now we are going to see the part of the Gestalt. I've even spoke in one of the last presentations. Here we are going to talk about the Gestalt figure ground. So this principle analyzes the stability and ambiguity of the image through our perception. It is known that the foreground is what tends to stand out in images from a contrast clipping. And in this process, color theory guides users' attention in their tasks as well, regarding order, reducing frustration, and efforts in activities as well. So thinking about this, let's have a more interactive task now, like this woman here in the GIF. So now we will have some images that I want you to take a look and comment on the chat, which is the first thing you see. I will give you 1 minute or so. Octalysis, a vase, yeah. Two-face. I also saw the two-face first. Alan also as well, the two-face. The bird fountain.
Yeah, I love that Holly saw a bird fountain.
Yeah, so specific.
Yeah, it looks more like it. Yeah.
I never see it. Thank you, Holly.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm curious if you are going to see something different from those two options. I was like, it is possible, maybe. It's poetic. Yeah, yeah, lots
Maybe
of
it's just because we are used to this image to see the cup and the two faces, and then Holly comes with the bird fountain.
Yeah.
Even we never saw before, but like this exact shape of the black part, it's really common in gardens or parks here to see a fountain for birds looking like this.
yeah. After he said that, I am also seeing a bird fountain. There's no way back. So I think that's probably it. Yeah, lots of bird faces, two faces, and bird fountains. So now we are going to look at another image. We'll have a second image that I want you to take a look as well and comment what you firstly see again. Let me see here. Yeah, me too. It's pretty. I also saw the animal faces first. Wow, Lauro had an experience because he saw both of them at the same time. Okay. Monkey, lion, and a tree, both as well. Okay. And if there's someone, okay. So now the last one. And finally, I want you to take a look at the last image and again, comment on the chat as well. What do you first see? I will give you 1 minute if you want, maybe less if you don't need the 1 minute. Woman in shadow, woman. Dolphins and birds. Okay, this one was was the last one or this one? I'm a little the last. Okay, I did not see the dolphins. Okay, I said someone was going to say something that nobody else saw, and that's my theory was right. You know, man with a sax. That's what I saw firstly as well. I've seen firstly. Woman. Okay, someone playing sax. Yeah, me too. Okay, so we had a lot of comments, lots of answers. That was fun. Lots of perspectives. Even people seeing dolphins here. This is news. And now you experience it how those images can play with our perceptions of figure ground, right? And last, we are going to see a figure ground applied in interface. So this principle can appear through overlays and cutouts that guide the user's perceptions of elements and make it easier to perform certain tasks. So we brought here an example to make it more tangible about how design can bring this to an actual interface. As you can see, this is more like a pop-up, but you can see how it is the attention it brings and make another thing that once was the focus of our vision turn into a background. So that's it for us about Guest of Figure Ground. And I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to pass now to Alan. Sorry, my dog. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so I think that conversation about this topic could go on and on for hours on AC Hub. But yeah, now I'm just gonna start talking to you about size, scale, and alignment. So how do you guys think that they influence our perspective? Do you guys have any idea how that works? You know, in cartoons, for example. Yeah, Hannah, go on.
I don't know if I'm correct, but when you decide the size, the scale, and alignment, you decide what is going to be on our first, how can I explain it? What's going to call our attention first?
Yeah.
So I think that's something.
Great, and that ends my presentation here. She just summarized greatly what I'm going to talk about. But yeah, so let's start here. In cartoons, for example, size and scale are used to create proportions to a scene or characters and give meaning and personality to them. Looking at that GIF there, I don't know if you ever saw over the garden wall. I strongly recommend it to you guys. But look at the boy's proportions, the scale between him and the frog, the scale between his body and his head, for example. That also has meaning. It makes the boy look cute and helpless. But let's see a different, more tangible example for us now. So we have this text here, and tell me if you guys could read it in a correct order at first. Is it confusing?
A lot. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I started in the wrong direction. This drives me crazy. The only one that was right was the last one.
What made it difficult for you to read it in the right order? Oh my God.
I don't know. I think because the normal reading starts from the left to right side. So
Yeah, I think that all the text is the same tall and the same font, I don't know, font shape or something like that. It's not a different characteristic about these phrases, so it's hard to organize.
Yeah, so let's see if in the next slide we made it easier for you guys to read them.
Much
Why
better.
not now?
much easier.
So yeah, so just how Hannah explained to us, size is something that is used to get the user's attention and define the hierarchy of elements. Applied together with scale, we can see how it works. So you go down following the text size, you see the scale, and now you are able to know what is the most important. And now they are organized, so you can feel that there's a flow to follow. See how those three things work together? Yeah, that was it. Thanks, Hannah. It was amazing. So just let me. I'm gonna talk a lot today. So thanks, Satu. I love her too. So we get to Hicks' law, Miller's law, and we'll see how complicated our memory is. We are always seeing things around us. Our eyes are being constantly bombarded with visual information, be it while we work or on our moments of leisure. But our memory is limited. How many times you took your phone to check something and suddenly you completely forgot what you were going to check? What does that say about your memory? I'm gonna bring you guys some questions now. You can answer in the chat. Please, you can just open your mic and answer too. How long did it take you to decide what to watch on Netflix last weekend?
It's impossible to tracking this. Almost impossible.
Yeah. No, I'm a huge fan of horror movies. And Netflix has a great list of terrible movies to watch. And I'm never sure of what to watch next.
I must say that this is a great time sink of all times.
And do you guys know how long we spent trying to decide what to watch on Netflix? Because there is research on that. Do you guys have any guesses?
10 minutes? I don't know. It feels like it should. I don't feel like it takes that long, no?
Well, for me, it takes more to find something to watch than to watch something.
Yes, and sometimes I gave up everything. So okay, I will not watching anything.
Yeah, and then
it's
I go
better
to
for
YouTube.
my mental health.
So according to Vox in 2019, we spend about 7 minutes per day to choose what to watch. But if we bring that together, we spend 45 hours per year just trying to choose what we're gonna watch on Netflix. And that's on Netflix. I have like HBO Max, and I have Netflix, and I have Star Plus, and I have Prime Video. I mean, that's just impossible. So we know that those streaming platforms have a way to recommend us what to watch and make that decision easier. But what do you guys think? Is it better to get recommendations by an AI or by a friend?
My friend. The AI never seems to know what I want to watch.
Yeah, me too. So this goes directly to you. How long did it take you to decide what to order from iFood on our last fun day?
2 minutes. Because I'm always hungry. You know, I'm excited, girl.
All the time that I have a long time to
Yes.
decide. I remember the Holly say, "Oh, you have a time to ask your order," so I need to sit fast with that.
Yeah. So all of you have a problem trying to choose something on the time we have? Because we have like 1 hour of fun day, and then we have a little bit more than that to choose. I'm always like getting confused on what to choose, and
Yeah,
it always
I
ends up
made the decision easier for me. I always ask the same thing. Always. So there's no choosing.
And the next one, without going on your Google chat list now, do you guys have any idea who are the first 10 people there? Probably
Yeah.
not. Or the first 5. Oh, they're fixed, Marina. That's very,
That's cheating?
that's clever.
Yeah. I have people that I really need to talk to like more often. They're all fixed in the top. So that's easier.
So here it's more about how limited our memory is. Google Chat isn't telling us to choose any of them to talk, but do you get it? That screenshot there is not the current state of my Google Chat list. And I gotta tell you guys that maybe I have an idea. Maybe I think it was Risley, because we were talking about our talks today, and I don't know anymore. But yeah, let's go serious now to the next one. So do you guys know when we got too many choices and don't really know what to get? That feeling of confusion when we don't know what is the best option? That Hicks law states that the more options are available to a person, the longer it will take for them to make a decision about which option is the best. That means, for example, that when you get to a streaming platform and faces 4,000 movies, you take longer to choose than if you had less options than that. Our mind would be prone to think, is this really the best option? What if I am losing the best option by choosing this one? Besides choosing something, sometimes we go back to an app, for example, and go directly to the feature we want because we remember where it is located, right? So there's Miller's law, which states that the average person can only keep 7, plus or minus 2, so 5 to 9 items in their working memory. We do not want people to make, oh my God, we don't want to make people remember things that don't matter at a given moment. We can't remember a lot of things ourselves, so why make our users do that? On those banking apps, for example, we see those laws in action. On the left screen, we have Caixa Tem. And I'm sorry, the people who are not from Brazil, but that's a messy banking app we have here. So there we can see our balance, our account information, and a list of different features below. And on the right screen, we have Will Bank with the balance and credit card information on the top and some CTAs to invite friends to the bank and an invitation to the store. And here we can see that list of features on the applications on the left. those features order also change every time you log into your account. So you never remember like what is the first option and what is the second option. So that's Caixa trying to make things exciting for us to find something. And the one on the right shows less features to focus on the most important ones. So which screen would be easier to remember after closing the app? Yeah, so there. People don't want to work or think more than they have to. Well, I don't want to. So that's why Hicks law exists, so we don't make our users do that extra work. And people have complicated memories and can't remember too many things at once. So we have Miller's law to help our users by keeping it simple. As I was saying, it always takes me like 30 minutes to choose what I'm going to eat on my food, and that's considering that I'm a vegetarian, so my options are limited, especially here in Aracaju, because we don't have a lot of vegetarian options. And that's, we'll assume that besides Hicks law, it probably takes longer for me because I'm a Gemini, but what do you guys think? Do you remember any platform, be it an app or website, that maybe delivers too many functionalities to you and you don't ever remember where they are or what to choose from? Or did you ever try to go to a platform and forgot what you were doing, what you were going to do because you saw other things or many functionalities and got distracted for your original goal? Yeah, new bank, messy. There's a lot of things there that I don't really care about. But okay, guys, we have a game now that we prepared for you. I'm just gonna take over from Vic. Yeah, Gene Pass. I don't use it, but yeah. And Amazon, I can't give up on Amazon because they're going to release the Lord of the Rings series, and I can't miss that. So, okay, so now for our game time, we're gonna play a quick game and see if your memories are as terrible as mine. It's gonna get hard. So I will show you guys a set of shapes, and I'll give you guys 15 seconds to memorize them. Then I'm going to show you those shapes, the same shapes with colors, and you have to memorize both shapes and colors. And we're gonna see if adding colors make it easier. So let's see how our memories work with simple tasks. Are you guys ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna start now. 15 seconds to memorize those shapes. Easy, right?
For now, guys, because later you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so old. I was like that too.
Okay, 15 seconds. We're up. What were the shapes?
Triangle, a pentagon, and a heart.
Victor is like, oh my, yeah, he knows his game. Okay, so that's the answer. Did you get them all right?
Yes.
Now memorize the shapes and colors. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna give you some time to get ready.
Without writing, right? Just using the memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what were the shapes and colors?
It was a red triangle, a yellow pentagon, and a blue heart.
Oh my God. Victor,
You
stop.
forgot everything. When you change your slide, you forgot everything.
I feel like it's a trick because we always see red hearts, so it's hard to remember that the heart is blue.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm sorry. My hearts are always blue here, so.
That's the only reason I got it right, Alana. I was thinking about doing it blue.
So now get ready for the second level. Okay, go. memorize the shapes. So what were the shapes? Ooh, it's getting harder.
Moon, star,
The moon, a star, square, circle, and triangle.
triangle.
You guys are good. So now let's see them. Okay, so moon, star, square, circle, and triangle. Let's do that with colors now. 15 seconds. So what were the shapes and colors? Did you guys get it? Did you guys get it?
Nope.
Blue,
You broke me.
I got it.
You broke me.
A blue moon, a pink
Red
star, a purple
square.
square, a red circle, and a yellow triangle.
Oh, Holly.
You know what make it so difficult for me? Because I was not only trying to remember everything, but always to remember the name of the shapes in English here. So that's got me confused.
Don't play that card, Victor. You're like a native speaker.
Always,
Yeah,
I don't have to speak the names of the shapes all the time, you know.
Now let's go to the hard level, because this was just a mini.
Wait, that wasn't the hard
That
level?
wasn't- Oh my
15
God.
seconds. It's just 2 more.
Square, heart, triangle, moon, and I forgot the rest.
It's impossible.
There was definitely a pentagon as well. I think it
I
was the last
think
one.
Star,
I
It
think
was too quick.
the pentagon was the last, but I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, impossible.
Yeah, so that was the answer. And now I'm just gonna add colors. Maybe it makes it easier for you guys. Get ready.
It will be so easy.
Go.
I'm not even gonna try anymore.
Yeah. Also, I changed the colors because the word is not good for us. So, what were the shapes and colors now?
Yellow
Yellow
square.
Where? Pink heart.
That's
Orange something.
I know. There is a circle in
Purple
somewhere
moon.
here.
Let's see the answer. It was easy, guys.
That's
See.
not even. That's not possible. Come on. That's not possible.
So, how hard did it get in the end?
Impossible.
It was super hard. It's like double the amount of things to remember. So
Now I'm gonna get back to Vic. Oh, here it is. All right, so now let's see some laws being used in a real digital product from our daily lives. I'm not gonna make you guys guess because I thought we were not gonna get this much time, but let's go to the laws, Vic. So first, we have the law of similarity. Do you guys see how the play buttons are the same on the app, on Netflix app, and on Netflix website? I'm sure that if you guys go on your TV, if you have a smart TV, you find the same button. It creates a unity for the product, so wherever you are using it, you recognize those elements quickly and won't need help to use it. Did you ever pay attention to this? It's just the small details.
Let
The
me
next one.
sorry, let me just ask here, everyone is seeing the presentation or did it like disappeared for someone? Is everything okay? If
No,
someone,
yeah,
Okay, for me.
it's good.
someone is not seeing, just type here on the chat.
Okay, so yeah, for the next one, I'm gonna try to say that as I think I know how to say it. So the Zeigarnik effect tells us that we do not like to leave tasks undone. So do you know what that to-do list that you do every morning to check all the tasks by the end of the day? Netflix knows that and she doesn't want us to leave their platform. So they keep that continue watching list to make us come back and finish what we started. It's useful for us, isn't it? But I don't really want to watch Maldivas there anymore, and it keeps appearing. So do I need to finish watching? Do you guys go through something similar on Netflix?
I just go to the last episode and, finish off.
Yeah, that's
So it's disappeared.
yeah. But I'm too lazy to do that, honestly. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do that. The next one. So remember the choices. We're always talking about choices here. So Netflix has a huge catalog of movies and series. So how do we choose the best one? They want to help us choose so we don't give up and leave the platform. So they give us those top 10 TV shows in Brazil today. Probably they have that in every country, I don't know. But it makes it easier for us to choose 1 out of 10 instead of choosing 1 out of 4,000. And that's, I think, their catalog. Maybe they're playing also with our fear of missing out, because if we want to be in the trend, on the trending, oh my God, this sentence was terrible. So if you want to be updated on the trending topics, it's likely that we should be paying attention to one of these, right? So what to take from all of this? Did you guys notice how small details can make a difference that's bigger than we would think? Color themselves, for example, bring a huge meaning by just being there. Nothing is random. Creating a hierarchy to guide a user throughout product makes it easier for all of us. Can you imagine not being able to find where to transfer your money from your bank account? Using these laws create not only better experiences, but better opportunities to satisfy our users and consequently our clients. We also need to always consider that design goes way beyond creating beautiful things. We go deeper into what are the user needs, what are their desires, and it's not just about aesthetics, it's about solving problems. Design is a multidisciplinary field that uses knowledge from not only psychology, but anthropology, sociology, history, and many others, so we can better understand our target people.
So how was that experience? I hope you found this presentation interesting, had fun, and or that perhaps you could find something here that could solutionate a matter you're dealing or working with. And this image are all of you going out from this presentation being, oh my God, learned so much. This, I didn't know this. Like my dog was speaking right now in dog language. So here, sorry. So if you want to go deeper into this subject, we prepared a link on Notion with a reference. We use it to create this presentation, and you're all very welcome to check this out. And that's it. So thank you guys. And if you have any questions, just
Very, very, very good content, Alan and Vitória. I really like the way the way that you show it, the concept and the practical examples. So many people have already participated. It was great, but we are still open for more questions. Bring more.
When you started talking about colors and shapes, I thought you would also use that trick, where you have the names of the colors written in another color, and you have to try to say what is written instead of the color itself, and it's incredibly difficult because our brain perceives colors first, and then we perceive what we're reading. And I really thought you would use that. I think it was a good opportunity that you lost there. But I like that.
I think it's harder for us Brazilians. I mean, it's harder for us all when we're not speaking our language, our native language, and we have to think in English.
Yeah.
For example, when we have to remember the color's name in English and the shape's name in English. So I was a little evil for you guys.
This presentation was amazing. I don't have words to express. I think it's very fun, and you guys are able to explain difficult things in an easy way. So this is the most important. And of course, last but of course not least, this notion, it was amazing. So thank you so much for doing this. I will use, of course I will. Thank you.